When you see all the stuff happening with Tiger Woods, one of the biggest icons in sports, why does he not have, or what is he supposed to have around him preventing all this?
Let's start with where Tiger started at, man. 1997 when he first came on the scene, man. A lot of people don't understand the impact that he made on the world, man. When he first came, you had old women that was like my grandmother and stuff that don't. All she wanted to do is watch the Young and the Restless. She wanted to know when that that young stud was gonna come out there and start swinging sticks.
Yeah.
He's the reason I started playing golf. He's
Yeah.
the reason that golf became cool. And
Yeah.
he's the reason, when you think about it, before he came into on the PGA Tour, all the golfers looked like slobs, man. Wasn't nobody working
Yeah.
out. And, he came in and, was looking like a bodybuilder and had made everybody start working out and stuff. So,
Yeah.
his impact was immediate. And he was box office, man. Every time he played on Sundays, with that red shirt on, man, it was like watching the Super Bowl. So to see where he
Yeah.
started at and what's going on right now, Tony, is sad, man. It really is.
He literally introduced an entire generation and demographic to a sport that previously probably had no access to it. And a lot of people like yourself followed him, got into golf because of it. And here we are 30 some years later, and we are seeing the Tiger Woods, the greatest icon in all of
Right.
sports. And we see him behind a police car. We see him with mug shots. We see him with his car rolled over. Like, I can't imagine Jordan or Brady or Barry Bonds or LeBron seeing their mugshot over and over and over. So, like, the bigger question is, who is supposed to watch out for him? Is he kind of in an untouchable realm where they don't want to tiptoe this line of privacy, but do we also got to intervene? Like, who is supposed to be like, "Hey, Tiger,
Man,
come on, brother. Like, you're a multi-billionaire. Let's get it together."
bro, that don't mean shit, man. I just, just watching him the other day, man. It's clearly that he doesn't have any friends, people that he can trust, and when they showed him walking down the street talking about I'm talking to the president, man, I thought that was so bad, and I'm looking at, I didn't realize his leg was that mangled, and
Yeah.
to see his leg like that, and then to see his back all fused together, and the dude is in pain, bro. I got a couple of
Yeah.
family members that's strung out on those narcos and Vicodin. I lost a agent that I had, and they mask it really well. You never know that somebody's addicted to pain pills until the only way I found out about my agent was hooked on pain pills because he stole 30 of my pain pills that what I had in my house, and I was like, man, he must really have a problem. So I went down to I was in Los Angeles and drove down to San Diego and went to his house, knocked on his door, basically kicked in his door and say, dude, what's your
Wow.
problem, man? And he said, man, I got a problem, bro. So he was in and out of rehab, and it just, you know, I think everybody, instead of making fun of Tiger, man, we need to embrace him, bro,
Yeah.
and love on him a little bit, man, because to see him in the back of that cop car with all those different expressions and stuff like that, man, I mean, he gonna end up, dying soon or end up killing somebody. I know I've been watching all the talk,
Yeah.
all the talk shows, sports shows. He has a problem. I just lost a friend recently to, based to the same shit, man. So, hopefully, he can figure it out and get some guys around him and hold his hand and get him through these tough times, man.
Is that something that he has to acknowledge he's got a problem, or is this time for intervention?
I mean, I'm quite sure he ain't had interventions. I mean, he got two beautiful kids. I'm quite sure they saying, Dad, you need to do something different, man. But when you at that,
Yeah.
Mount Everest like that, who can you trust, man? Because if you got a friend like that that's on pain pills and he's Tiger Woods and he's a billionaire, Tony, what can you actually tell him? I mean, you can't tell him shit. So
Yeah.
hopefully he can
Yeah.
find some people that he can trust and get through this, man. And it's sad, man, because
Yeah.
he's one of the all-time greats. He's at 15 majors, 3 behind Jack Nicklaus, man. And
Yeah.
at one time I really thought that he was gonna break that record, but now it don't seem like he's gonna ever get close to that record.
I think this kind of shows how lonely the sport of golf
Yeah.
is. Every other sport, baseball, basketball, football, you've got a group of guys. You have trainers, you have coaches, players you play with.
Right.
And in golf, you have your caddy and your sponsors and your family. And when you are the Tiger Woods at the top of the world and you're going through this stuff,
Right.
you don't want to reach out to people and and show a weakness
No,
essentially.
you
But
don't.
he's at he's at the point where we want him to say, "Hey, man, I need help. Like, stop driving vehicles if you have pain." And yes, rightfully so, he's taking the pain medication that as he should because his body's mangled. But we can't have something happen to Tiger Woods, man.
Yeah,
He's
bro.
the greatest
I
to ever play the game, and we need him
Yeah,
around for a
I
long time.
remember back in his prime, man. It was a commentator. I think I told you this the other day that analyzing his golf swing and different things like that, and the guy, and I actually thought the guy was hating on him at the time because when Tiger Woods came in, he came in like the Beatles, man. He was telling you what he's gonna whoop your ass, and he actually went out there and did it. But this guy came in and
Yeah,
started analyzing his golf swing, and he said that at the way he's swinging, it is no way,
yeah,
his back is gonna be able to
yeah,
hold up to that and his knees, and I was like, man, get out of here. There's no way. And bro, his body started
yeah,
breaking down, his back started breaking down. I don't know if you know anything about back pain, man, but my father was back pain and living in pain every day, man. And my dad stayed, you know, strung out on Vicodin and pain pills and other guys
yeah,
that I know that I played with that have bad backs. It's a very, very painful injury, especially when your back is going out and they fusing your neck and
yeah,
your back together. And it just, I think some people just really rather be dead or high than try to deal with that pain, man. So
yeah.
it's sad. It's a sad situation. It really is.